Today checking out our cousin Deano's rig, S13, getting it ready hopefully for the next season of D1NZ. You guys might have seen this car before if you've tuned into my stream. I actually built the roll cage on this bad boy. Deano added some charm to it. He does the CNC routering, so added some charm. He's just making a new bonnet fit. Here he is. Look at this.
Oh, beautiful specimen.
Oh,
Oh, mate. Hey.
God damn. What are we up to today, Deano?
Attempting to put on my new bonnet. So we just got one of the John Atwood big hump bonnets for my S13.
Bonnet? Why do we need a big hump bonnet?
You know, to reveal what's underneath it. The old faithful gone to a Jay-Z, so.
A Nissan with a Toyota motor in it.
Hey.
Seems to be the trend.
Yep. So yeah, we did have a forged Neo, 25 Neo in here. It had done the mahi for a few years, but the more we were pushing at it, the more issues we were having and whatnot, and I kind of wanted some reliability in my life. So here we are.
For people that don't know, RBs kind of start to fall apart around the 400 kilowatt mark.
Yeah.
Whereas the Jay-Z's supposedly are a bit more trusty.
Hopefully, that's the idea anyway. So this one's has a good name for itself and whatnot, and done a fair bit of work over the years and whatnot, and it's been stripped down. It was still looking like brand new, so so I bought it, and now the S13's got hopefully a new lease on life after this, and should be able to shred.
Yeah. What's the steering?
So D-knuckle. So yeah, boy. Sounds dirty, eh? So yeah, these are bought in by Sky, the Merrimeri Drift Park. Yeah, that guy. So he brings them in. He runs them on all his cars, and all the dudes who have been to the Merrimeri Drift Park and stuff, like all his faithfuls and whatnot run all this stuff. Both me and Daniel bought the steering setup when we were first looking at it. I was going to go Wisefab, and then Daniel was going to buy this, and then I was like, bugger it, let's try get a 2-for-1 deal, and it was like $2,500 for everything ready to go. So it's pretty good steering setup for the price, you know.
Yep. Ah, yes. So is this your first drift car?
No, this is my second one. I did have a S14 with an RB in it. Went through about 3 motors.
RBs? SRs?
Yeah, RB. Yeah. All RBs. Went through about 3 of them. And then just got over it. I was like forking out money left, right, and centre just to keep it running. So I ended up swapping it for an XB wagon with a 302 V8 in it. Had a surfboard on the roof. You know, it was done up like the old Woody van. So run that for beach hop. Had withdrawals, sold that, and then bought another drift car. So, and here we are.
We're building. Is this the ultimate build?
Surely it's got to end somewhere, right?
So Jay-Z S13 is the.
I think it's going to be the last. Well, for the motor wise anyway.
Yeah.
The body itself is forever changing.
Yeah.
I'm never happy, so I just keep changing shit and wanting to be different all the time. So.
Yeah. So take us back to when you were younger. How do we go from, young kid, probably, were you into cars young?
Yeah.
Always been into cars?
Yeah.
What was your first car?
I had a Toyota Levin, a BZG Levin. It was like a 4H blacktop. I bought off my brother for like $3,000. I think he needed $3,000 to buy a van he wanted to buy. So I bought that off him. It was like heavy duty clutch, like ripping engine mounts. Like every couple of weeks there was an engine mount gone in a day. Like it was hectic. It was pretty quick. It was all chipped and tuned, and Mum and Dad said I wasn't allowed to keep it, so he ended up having to sell it. And then bought a FX GT Corolla. A little bit smaller, but yeah.
Yeah. When you were younger,
Yep.
what inspired you to become a drifter, like to get into drifting in general?
I honestly don't know. It was just a thing. Me and my cousin had a Ford Cortina. We used to blad around the paddock when we were about 14, and then it's just kind of escalated from there. I always enjoyed, the smell of burning rubber and flatting around and whatnot. But yeah, no, I can't complain.
It's built into a lot of young dudes.
Yeah. So my dad and stuff, he used to do like forestry racing and a dirt track, like dirt car, and all that stuff. And he's been racing like way back in the day, and we just never had money as a family to be able to do all the go-karting and all that carry on and all the stuff he'd love to put me in, and I just kind of worked for my money and just gone from there and burnt it away at the same time. Idiot.
Yeah.
But hey, you got to spend your money on something.
Yeah, for sure. What has been the toughest lesson that you have learned being into cars?
It's the toughest lesson is probably whatever you. Oh, well, thank you, man. No, whatever you think it's going to cost, it's pretty much double that. And then the other one is probably don't be impatient and follow other cars on cold tires and and all that stuff, because you end up ploughing into the back of someone and riding your car off.
And it's bloody flies. Doing what we do, you go on quite a few adventures. So what's some of your most memorable adventures from drifting? I pit crew for Tay. Obviously, me and you pit crew for Tay. So we've had some pretty hectic behind the scenes trips down to Christchurch and all that stuff. I just love hanging. The drifting vibe is pretty awesome. Hanging out with all the boys and all that stuff. So yeah, that's probably my highlight, is hanging out with the boys and all the stuff that goes behind the scenes. 3-4 hours on limeys, boosting around 100%.
Christchurch and whatnot and stuff. So no, that's the good times.
Not necessarily the drifting. It's
it's not always the drifting.
Yeah. And then for young folks who want to start getting into cars, do you have any advice? The best way of getting into the scene, getting into.
Definitely don't build your own car. Don't build a car if you're just starting out, man. Hey, if only I had a mirror in my, buy something that's already finished. Don't go too over the top and then just get stuck into it. I reckon that's how I'd put it forward to someone. Don't bother building a car to start with. It's too much money. All the little stuff adds up. If you're going to buy something, get something already done, even if it's basic as, and just go have some fun in it first. Once you get the bug and the addiction to it, then you can start spending. You'll realise you spend money anyway. But that'd be my suggestion. Buy a car already finished or semi-finished and get stuck into it first. Go have some fun.
That's probably not bad advice. So what's we doing on this today? What's left to go before we get it back on track?
Oh sheesh! Before it's back on track, there's a whole long list, but today I was just going to try and get the bonnet sussed. It's turned into a way bigger job than what I'd planned. So none of the pins make it all the way through the bonnet on their old mounts I had set up. So going to have to modify these bad boys to hold the pins to shoot them out the bonnet higher. Then we still need seats modified to be up to safety spec, like seat rails. The car itself, we still need to do all your front mount piping, radiator in, all that carry on. Still needs wiring and ECU.
It still needs a clutch and flywheel in there.
Yeah, it does need a clutch and flywheel in there still, yep. So this is just sitting in there to test fit all the engine mounts and stuff. So the G-Force GSR boxes behind it. That's all bolted in, ready to go as well. But yeah, it all needs to come back out again, like you say, flywheel, clutch. All the sump and stuff needs to come off as well. It still needs the Tomy baffle kit chucked in the bottom of that. And then yeah, as you can see, it's still missing a whole heap of stuff. Got all the intake there ready to go, just need to slap it on once we get there. Just need to build some motivation.
I think we better get doing some mahi on this car.
Yep.
And catch you guys another time. Thank you very much.
This is precision drilling at its finest.
Look at the skill.
Perfect.
Amazing.
That's lovely. Should be right.
That's tough though. Oh my, that's not legit, is it?
That's going for the too fast, too furious buzz.
Too fast, too furious.
I thought I'd chuck that on there for you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Wound it onto the focus though.
Oh hell yeah! Get the focus popping. The parts pile?
Yeah. That's all that's left over from the RV.
That's tough.
Oh, and the only other thing that's left over from the RV is all the oil.
Oh
Under
yeah.
the car, but that slaps as well.